How to cooking keto blueberry muffins. Let's go. These low-carb, keto blueberry muffins with almond flour are ultra-moist, sweet and fluffy, with just 3 net carbs. Easy to make in one bowl. Before I went low-carb and gluten-free, blueberry muffins were my go-to treat from the bakery or coffee shop. I even used to convince myself they were healthy just because of the blueberries, haha. When I started actually eating healthier, I created these keto blueberry muffins with almond flour back in 2017, as a tribute to the ones I used to enjoy. And honestly, I love them even more. Of all my many almond flour recipes, they're in my top 5. Make these keto muffins with me and I bet they'll be in your top 5 too. 1. Why you need my keto blueberry muffin recipe. The best texture and flavor. Unlike many keto muffin recipes that can be dry, grainy, or have an aftertaste, my almond flour blueberry muffins are moist, tender, and the sweetness tastes like sugar. You'll notice vanilla, a hint of almond flavor, and juicy berries in every bite. All the bakery vibes. Fast, easy, and meal prep friendly. This is a 1-bowl, 30-minute recipe, so you can find time for it even with a busy schedule like mine. But they also store and freeze well, so I make them ahead most often for a keto breakfast on the go. Clean, low-carb ingredients. Each muffin has just 3 grams net carbs, so naturally they're perfect for a keto diet. But they're also gluten-free and have a dairy-free option. Many ways to enjoy them. Enjoy them with a keto coffee for breakfast, with my low-carb breakfast casserole or bacon in the oven for brunch, or simply as a little treat whenever a craving strikes. One of my most popular recipes. Over the years, my keto blueberry muffins have received over 1,000 5-star reviews. Thank you. I even included them in my Easy Keto cookbook, along with other popular faves like keto cheesecake. 2. Ingredients and substitutions. Almond flour. The flour you use makes a huge difference. I highly recommend using wholesome Yum blanched almond flour, which is super fine for a delicate crumb in your keto muffins. Many brands are too coarse, even if they say blanched, and almond meal is even worse, leaving a gritty texture. Bestie sweetener. Before I knew about allulose, I used erythritol for these keto blueberry muffins, but trust me when I say it's not the best choice. Bestie monk fruit allulose blend will get you the super moist texture you see here, because it naturally locks in moisture and doesn't crystallize, or have that erythritol cooling effect. It's the only sugar substitute I use now. Can you use a different sweetener? Yes, but it'll affect the texture. Here's a rundown of what does and doesn't work. Other monk fruit or stevia blends, such as Swerve, Lakanto, or Truvia. All of these actually use erythritol as the primary ingredient. They'll work, check my sweetener conversion chart, but have the same issues as erythritol, more dry and can crystallize. Pure allulose, wholesome Yum allulose works great, but you'll need more of it, about 2/3 cup. Powdered sweeteners, these work fine, but the muffin texture isn't as nice. How well they work will depend on the blend. Bestie powdered will be the closest, whereas blends I mentioned above in powdered form will give you more dry results. Concentrated sweeteners, like pure monk fruit or pure stevia, the kind that you add in drops or teaspoons, not cups. I don't recommend these for this recipe because your batter will be too wet. Liquid sweeteners, not a good choice either. Again, your batter will be too wet. Coconut sugar, this works fine and would be paleo, but they won't be keto muffins anymore. 3. Other ingredients. Butter or coconut oil. I originally made these with coconut oil, the dairy-free option, but now prefer them with unsalted butter, this brand. Either works. If using butter, the easiest way to measure 1/3 cup is to cut 5 tablespoons from the stick and then about 1/3 of the 6th tablespoon. Unsweetened almond milk prevents your low-carb muffins from being too dense. You can use any keto milk option here, such as coconut milk beverage, the liquid kind in a carton, not the thick kind in a can, hemp milk, or watered-down heavy cream. I use my homemade almond milk when I have it. Regular dairy milk will work from a recipe standpoint, but will increase the carbs, since lactose is sugar. Eggs, flax eggs or another egg substitute should work too. Baking powder, I like this brand, which is non-GMO. Be sure you use baking powder, not baking soda, they are not the same. Fresh blueberries, you can make these keto blueberry muffins using frozen blueberries too, but to avoid a soggy texture, don't thaw them first. I also toss frozen ones in a little extra almond flour to reduce blue streaks. Vanilla extract. You can also add other extracts. See my variations below. Sea salt. 4. How to cooking keto muffins. Mix the dry ingredients. In a large bowl, whisk together the almond flour, zesty, baking powder, and a pinch of sea salt. A whisk breaks up any lumps. Add the wet ingredients. Stir in the melted butter or coconut oil, almond milk, eggs, and vanilla, then fold in the blueberries. Scoop the batter into a lined muffin tin. This is my favorite pan, because it doesn't get the muffins too dark and cleans up so easily if I get batter outside the liners. I use these parchment liners, but silicone liners work well too. Bake until golden. Pop your keto blueberry muffins in the oven and bake until a toothpick comes out clean. They'll feel very soft, but will firm up as they cool on a rack. My recipe tips. Use quality ingredients. I can't emphasize this enough. This almond flour and this sweetener will get you the best texture. Make sure your eggs and almond milk are at room temperature. If you add them cold, your butter or coconut oil can solidify and you won't get a smooth batter. Expect a thick batter. These keto blueberry muffins have a thicker batter than conventional white flour recipes, so don't be surprised. Fold in the blueberries gently, especially if they're frozen. You don't want to smash them. You can make 10 or 12 muffins depending on your priorities. I usually make 10 as pictured here to get taller muffin tops, but you can make 12 for fewer calories and carbs per muffin. Save extra berries for the tops. If you want blueberries dotting the tops like mine, add some extras on top right before baking. Cool slightly before enjoying. It's hard to resist a warm, freshly baked muffin, but wait at least 10 to 15 minutes. The texture of these almond flour blueberry muffins improves as they cool. Want mini muffins or a loaf? For minis, use a mini muffin tin. This is my favorite. You'll get 20 to 24 little muffins, and reduce baking time to about 15 minutes. For a loaf, my keto blueberry bread is based on this recipe, in loaf form, or try my keto zucchini bread, it has blueberries.